Hey guys, it's Russell back, and on today's video, I'm going to be testing and reviewing as part of our Amazon Soap Fest 3D Wash and Wax. Previous I've done a 3D pink car soap. This is different, it has carnauba wax infused in it. Okay, so this label reads pretty much like the other 3D product and most of our other Amazon soaps. The dilution ratio on here is 1 ounce per gallon. And it pretty much reads like most other car soaps about how highly concentrated and rich the lather is. It maintains recently waxed vehicles, leaving a glossy finish. It's good to know. I'll spare you reading the label. It's pretty much like all the others. It doesn't say that it's pH balanced. I don't know. I guess we'll kind of find out that as we go. A good pH balanced car soap should not, in almost all cases, strip your wax or sealant, but we'll find that out. I'll be using the MTM submachine gun style foamer for the foam portion of the test. I'll be using 2 ounces of the 3D and 10 ounces of warm water. Then we'll switch to our bucket test, where I'll be using 3 ounces of the 3D and 3 gallons of water. That way we'll test the foamage and the quality in a hand wash. It's about 65 degrees out there. I kind of hesitated to do the video today because it is a little windy. Hopefully the wind's going to die down a little bit. It's really nice and sunny out. You know what? Enough talking. It's a nice day outside. Let's go see what the 3D wash and wax can do. Alright, the car has been through several rainstorms. Some bug guts on there. All right, I've got 2 ounces of our 3D car soap and 10 ounces of warm water. Let's see how this foams. Initially, that foam comes out nice and thick. It is comprised of mostly medium cell bubbles. You can see there's some small micro ones in there. It has a little bit of lubrication, not a lot. But boy, when the foam actually starts laying down on the car, it does want to run pretty well. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit for 6 minutes. We'll come back and see if it removes our non-bonded contaminants, and more importantly, does it harm our Adams liquid paint sealant. All right, so we are back 6 minutes later, and as you can see, we've probably got 75% left on the hood, the windshield and top, and maybe 10 or 15% left on the side. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and rinse this off with our pressure washer and see if it harms any of our Adams liquid paint sealant that's on the car, and does it remove the non-bonded contaminants. Alright, so we can see now that there was no harm or degradation done to the Adams liquid paint sealant. It looks like it did a nice job on the non-bonded contaminants. It did not remove the bonded contaminants, although it looks like it tried just a little bit. The soap was slightly hard to rinse off. It kind of reactivated. Sometimes some of these car soaps will do that. They'll dry and then reactivate. Some of them don't. It just depends. That's why we're doing these tests. So this car soap as a foam, I'm going to say it's a good solid 7.5. It didn't last quite as long as I would have liked it to. I would have liked it to have dwelled a little longer on the paint. You know, it is sunny out here, but it's not very hot, so, and there's a slight breeze, but it would even have evaporated much faster in the summer. So I'm going to give it a solid 7.5 for the foam portion of the test. We'll get everything set up, come back and look at how it will foam. Excuse the bus going by. We'll look at how it foams in a foam bucket and then how it performs in a hand wash on the Accord. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and look at the properties of the 3D car wash and wax in a bucket. And I'm going to give you my initial thoughts. It is a kind of purple red soap. It's of pretty high viscosity. As far as scent goes, I'm going to say it's very close to NyQuil, cherry NyQuil. It's very pleasant. I actually happen to like cherry NyQuil, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put our 3 ounces in here. Now, as we've found out with many of our car soaps before in these tests, the higher the viscosity the car soap, the more it's going to lay on the bottom until we agitate it with the pressure washer. So it is a little difficult to get out of the shot glass here because of this viscosity. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll agitate this and see what kind of foamage we get. Right, initially it seems to foam up very quickly. It is dissipating quite rapidly. This is a very coarse foam structure. It's got a lot of medium cell bubbles and a few large ones, but there is some very, very nice slickness in the water. This is what you want to see out of a car soap. Some of the properties that we look for is the slickness in the water, and that will help the mitt to glide over the paintwork as it's picking up the contaminants and act as a lubricant so that it does not scratch our paint. So next what I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and get set up with our 4 wash mitts. We'll go ahead and do a hand wash on the Accord and see what kind of performance we get out of the 3D in a hand wash. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and give you my assessment of the 3D wash and wax. I think it is a solid 8 as a hand wash. It did a good job removing the bonded contaminants that were in various places of the car. It has pretty good strength in the mitt as a wash water from the very beginning of use of that mitt all the way to the end of the panel, which is good. That's one of the main criteria that I look for as a hand wash is, does the cleaning power last from when I pull the mitt out of the bucket till I finish the panel. That's kind of a subjective thing, and it's something I've kind of learned over the years, but that is a very good indicator along with the slickness in the water. So the 3D gets an 8 as a hand wash. So I hope this video was helpful. I'm going to put a link in the description to Amazon in the box below where I purchased this. If you guys would like to give this car soap a test drive, I think it would be a good addition to your wash bucket, and I don't think you could go wrong with it. I know I'll be using it again, maybe not on this car, but on one of the other many cars that we're doing. And I will talk to you guys and see you on the next video.